going on, everybody? So I've already kind of took a few things off, but I'm trying to get better at videoing, so I'm going to try to time lapse some of this stuff. But if you didn't know, went to Burnout Rivals Indianapolis a couple weeks ago, or last weekend, depending on when you're watching this. And the truck did really good until it didn't. So it was on a pretty good little rip, had good wheel speed. I need to learn a little bit more throttle control, but you know, it's only second time on the burnout pad, so just got to keep learning. But for anybody who didn't know, this was somewhere around 11 5-to-1 compression, 6 liter. It was a LQ4 block. I wound up finding some flat top Gen 4 rods and pistons. I think I did 045 head gaskets, and then the heads were decked just a little bit. So the math should be somewhere around there, around 11.5. Anyways, you know, first startup, thing had 45 pounds of oil pressure all the way up until I went to Indy. And, you know, in the pits, still had, you know, 40 pounds. Oh, hello. Hey. Still had 40 pounds of oil pressure. And for some reason, when I went up to do my run, the second time, for those of you who've seen it, I had the first run, I messed up. And for some reason, it didn't have any forward gears. I don't know if it got hung in between it on the shifter linkage, or don't really know what happened there. But backed up, got my forward gears back. So I got back in line, went back up, and did my run. And about 50 seconds into it, motor got tight, locked up. And she's dead locked up, like no movement whatsoever. So I come back. I was hoping it would maybe cool down, loosen up a little bit. It did not. So this one's coming out. And I've got a 4.8 sitting in the corner that for now, I'm just going to swap. As long as the cam's good, I'm going to swap this cam, the heads, the intake, put everything over on the 4.8, drop it back down in here. That way I've actually got something to drive. Well, not something to drive, but something to play around with. More than the F-150 out there. But yeah, I'm going to start a time lapse, and we're going to break this thing down. And once I get into the engine, I don't know if it'll be in this video or not, but we'll show some carnage. Down here underneath the truck, just kind of looking over everything, and it kind of sucks because, you know, about 50 seconds into the run is where the engine cut out, and these were pretty good tires. Like, they weren't brand new, but they had just went bald. So another 30-40 seconds would have been right on the money as far as popping them goes. Because like I said, that 50 seconds is when the engine shut off, and that was, you know, just got flat, or just got bald. So, let's see what we got under here. For those who don't know, let me switch this around. That is not how you switch it around. How do you switch these around? If you didn't know, I just got an iPhone, so I don't know how to work it. I'll just stop the video and flip it around. There we go. So, for those of you who don't know the combination, I done talked about the engine, so let's talk about the transmission for a second. So it's a 1200 horse rated turbo 400, and it's got a billet input, billet trans brake. It's got a first and second gear leaf trans brake in it. Nice setup. The exhaust was Shorty eBay headers. because the long tubes won't fit until I can figure something out, either to bend them over to clear this, because this is what hits all the long tube headers on the 2-wheel drive OBS trucks. And it would have worked if I could have slid the engine back, you know, really close to the firewall, but where I had the intake flipped around, it pushed the engine back like 2 inches, so it definitely didn't work now. But if I can bend them in, like towards the block, I can make them work. But for now, it's eBay shorties. Bought a 3-inch bend kit off of Amazon, made my own X-pipe, and then pointed them towards the tires. I think I'm going to redo it a little bit. I don't know. I need a street setup and a burnout setup. What are you doing? But I'm gonna do a street setup to where, like right here, I'm gonna cut them both and put V-bands on them. That way, if I want to drive it, I can put, you know, just I think I've got some Speed Engineering mufflers up there. Yeah, right there. Put those on for just regular driving around, and then whenever the burnout competition comes around, I can just take them off, put a piece of straights back on, and I'll probably bring it to like right here, somewhere right in there, closer to the tire. But there's the Holley 1800 pump. But that's pretty much it underneath. It's real basic, but I'm going to keep getting this engine unbolted, tore apart. I don't know. I guess I'm gonna have to pull the converter out of the trans. I'm gonna have to be real careful doing that, because right now I can't spin the engine over at all. It is locked dead up. So I'm just gonna keep on taking bolts out and we'll keep going. I've already had a slight look, but it's a whole lot worse than what I thought it was gonna be. Cause you can see there's a little bit of shrapnel, and right up here you can see an O-ring. So that's great. So just looking here, there's, oh, it's sharp in there. Piston, there's an O-ring right there from the piston. There's chunks, a bunch of chunks. I don't know if I want to I might as well just pull the windage tray while I'm here. It won't take 5 seconds probably, unless I can't get to them. I don't know. That freaking sucks. I was really hoping just to be able to, you know, ball hone this and throw some rods and pistons back in it and crank and call it good, but maybe it's time to do a 408. That's probably not the best idea for a burnout engine, but it sure would be cool. I'm very sad. Well, as you can see, it's a little worse than what we thought. Man, I'll be honest, that's kind of heartbreaking, because it sounded really good, but hey, what can you do? Maybe if I can get a few people to help me out, I might do a 408. I doubt it, but we'll see what happens. I'll keep on yanking this out, and we'll take the windage tray off, and we'll see what else we can see. music off, even though I won't get demonetized because I don't make no money off this. Don't understand why the head gasket's stuck to it. There it is. Oh, got on my shoe. Oh, come on. Unstick. I don't understand why you're stuck. You didn't put nothing on you. I didn't even copper spray this gasket. I'm afraid to look at the cylinder head because I just had these heads decked. Oh, that ain't bad. I'll run that. Didn't get any of the valves. Yeah, I'll just run that. Make sure that these go in the exact same place. Along with this side, make sure you keep them in line, keep them in order, and that way when you go to put back together, they're in the exact same place. This head gasket's gonna be the exact same way. Oh no. That is definitely the most carnage I've caused inside of an engine. And I've melted a piston and bent 7 rods at the same time. But, oh well. I'm hoping, as long as nothing got up and got the cam bearings or the cam, and I don't know. We'll just keep checking everything and keep on it. So here's what I'm thinking. This is a 4.8, supposedly low miles. I don't know. I mean, it's pretty clean. These are main caps for that 5.3. But what I'm thinking is, since the head really didn't get damaged on the 6 liter, I'm gonna take this block. I'll tear it the rest of the way down, check all the bearings, and then I'll probably wind up putting the bearings I was gonna put in the 6 liter in this one, since that one's gonna probably, see, I didn't even look at the, oh, there's that cat. I didn't look at the cylinder wall. The cylinder wall up here, actually, oh, nope, they got it, good. Yeah, so the cylinder had to be sleeved, right there, yep. If it wouldn't have been for that, we probably would have been good. Bro. So, since that's the case, I believe we're gonna just swap parts from this over to the 4.8 and drop it down in there, and we'll call it good. So I'm gonna leave it off there. I may start I don't know, I may video the assembly of the 4.8. Man, you guys seen this over and over again, and I know watching me do it's not entertaining. So whenever I find something entertaining, I'll start videoing it. Thanks.